These episodes are coming to you just like rabbits do it on this week's episode of The Animal Rescuers. Hello, little bunny, look. Kelly, thank you so much for having us here, and I'm already having a blast. I may end up staying, Corey will go home.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
So tell me how you got started with your rescue.
Well, we saw what a need there was for rabbit rescue. They're actually the third most surrendered animal in the shelter system, and there are so few resources for them. So when we started our sanctuary, we're building in phases. In phase 1, we wanted to be dedicated to the rabbits since there are so few resources. Phase 2, we'll be getting into more farm-type animals, and phase 3, cats and dogs.
So when you say they're the third largest, does that mean it's dogs, cats, and then rabbits?
Correct. We've had over 1,300 requests so far this year, and we have a 1-year waiting list for people who are willing to wait to surrender their bunnies. So a lot of what we do is education as well to try to stop that endless flow into the shelter system.
Yeah, and I noticed we walked in here and I couldn't get past the first 2 rows, and then I looked and you're endless.
We are.
Here with how many rabbits?
We have 70 here right now. We also do bunny sitting for people while they're on vacation. So at any time we have between 70 and 100 bunnies here.
And you do this all by yourself?
Well, we're an all-volunteer organization.
Which means you do it all by yourself.
We do put in a lot of long hours because we want to make sure these guys really do have a happy life while they're here with us, because we're their family till we can find them a family of their own.
You know what, we have shot about 45 episodes, and with every person that I have interviewed, it is always the smallest, most petite woman that does the largest amount of work. I'm just blown away. You're so tiny.
Oh.
And for you to run this facility is just absolutely amazing to me.
Oh, well, thank you.
This is Gabriel.
This is Gabriel.
Right? And you said that most of the bunnies are here for how long?
The average stay here is about 2 to 3 years, because we really want to make sure when they do go into a home that they're going to stay. Most of these bunnies have come from really bad situations, and we never want to see them going backwards. So we do have a very strict screening process, and we like to match the right bunny with the right family to make sure both the people and the bunnies are happy.
So how does that, how do you do that? Because say for instance, I came in, I like Gabriel, I wanted to take Gabriel home. What are some of the qualifications that I have to pass?
Well, we don't do same-day adoptions. Nobody can come in and leave the same day, because obviously when you look at him, he's adorable and he's really easy to fall in love with, but people don't understand possibly what the full commitment is. Rabbits live 10 to 12 years, so it is a long-term commitment. So we have people come in a couple different times and sit with different bunnies on the couch and sit in the play areas, see how the bunnies react to the people and see how the people react to the bunnies. And then we do a home visit before anybody leaves, and we don't do a straight-out adoption. We do what's called foster to adopt. We have people foster for 30 days first. We provide everything during that time period. And then at the end of 30 days, we do a follow-up home visit to make sure the bunny's adjusting well and the people are adjusting well. That way we know bunnies aren't staying in homes where they really shouldn't be. And if it's not a good match, they just come back, no hard feelings, and that way we know bunnies aren't in homes where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, and that's truly caring about the animal first, and I love that, because a lot of people shouldn't even have children, let alone rabbits, and they should go through in-depth home qualification screenings as well.
It's really important. You know, rabbits are a lot different than cats and dogs, and they're not going to be the right choice for everyone. They're an amazing animal, an amazing part of the family, but you know, they're not going to be the right choice for everyone. So we want to make sure where they're going to be a loved family member, you know, for the rest of their lives. And we also are a support system for as long as they have them. You know, whatever people need, we do, you know, bunny sitting, we do their nails, we do grooming, you know, we're always here. They have a 24-hour hotline to us if there's ever a medical issue. So we're like one big happy family, you know, once you adopt from us, you're always part of the Tranquility family.
So give me just a couple examples of the differences, because you said there were differences between cats and dogs. I myself want to know.
Well, rabbits are a prey animal, so it takes them longer to get to trust new people. They need a calmer environment, so they do need people who are going to be patient with them. You know, they're not going to react the way you want them to necessarily. It's more on their terms. They're sort of like a cross between a cat and a dog. They love the attention like a cat, but it's on their, or like a dog, but it's more on their terms like a cat would be. They're very loving animals, but it does take time to build that trust. And sometimes people aren't going to be patient enough for that. They are chewers by nature too, so you do have to chewers, because their teeth are always growing, so you do have to bunny-proof your house. But once they're spay and neutered, they're actually litter box trained, and they can run around the house just like a cat.
So if a family has cats or dogs existing already in the home, what's the best way to introduce the rabbit?
If it's a dog, what we do is we have them bring the dog here, and we set up a pen kind of outside of the sanctuary area in the store and see how the dog reacts through the pen. To see if how much interest there is. And then we take it a step further where we'll hold the bunny and then the dog's on a leash. It's kind of a progression. If it's cats, we'll go to the house with the bunny and kind of do a slow introduction to kind of see how the cats are reacting. You know, if the cats don't have a high prey drive, generally it's going to be okay, and usually the bunnies end up being the bosses.
And when we come back, we will see more of Tranquility Trail. Try to say that 3 times.
Welcome back to the Animal Rescuers.
Well, Kelly, although you're tiny, your place is very large, and we'd like to see more, can we?
Oh, definitely. We'd be happy to show you around.
So anyway, tell everybody where we are and what this facility, the reason for it, please.
Part of how we raise funds for the bunnies are our 2 stores. We have our resale boutique called Tranquility Treasures, and then we have our pet supply store up front, where we supply everything you're going to need for a bunny and other small critters. And 100% of the proceeds from our stores go to support the sanctuary. We get in amazing items, we get a little bit of everything, and our prices are, you know, really good. You can't really beat our prices.
You know what? They are extremely reasonable, because I'm on a really low budget right now, but I can afford just about anything in here. I was really surprised.
Well, thank you.
And where do you get these items from?
They're all donated. We have some amazing stores in the area that donate items that maybe they've been in their store too long, or items that can't go in their store. And then anybody cleaning out their closets, they're welcome to bring things as well. We do sidewalk sales every couple months as well. But a lot of our stuff comes from real high-end consignment stores, so we get in a lot of really nice items. We get in a lot of really unique things too that you're not going to find in a lot of other stores.
You're having a pet festival. Please tell the audience about it, where and when.
Definitely. The Holiday Pet Festival is the largest holiday pet adoption event in Arizona. We host every December. There are over 150 booths of pet-related products and services. We have over 60 rescue groups these year. Many of them are PAC 911 partners. And we're thrilled this year to have so many different kind of animals represented. We have dog, cat, bunny, rat, parrot, and even a sugar glider and a hamster rescue this year. So any animal you want to add to your family, the Holiday Pet Festival is a great way to just come down, talk to the various vendors and rescue groups and see which is the right match for your family. We also have something called Pugapalooza at the event, where the Pug Rescue is going to be hosting their event. Their Spokes Pug Nugget's going to be getting married on stage.
Oh,
we have pet contests, coolest pet trick, best holiday pet attire. We have a fly ball tournament. We have a lure course. We have photos with Santa. It's a free event, free parking, free admission. So it's just a great way to bring the community together and introduce them to all the amazing animals that are in the shelter system, introduce them to the wonderful local businesses we have here, and it's a great day for the whole family.
Wow, you are a true example of great big things coming out of small packages. Thank you so much, Kelly, for letting us share your dream and your desire to help all animals. Thank you so much.
We all remember the scenes in the aftermath of 9/11, dogs roaming the rubble pile, looking for survivors, and eventually remains of the victims. I often wondered how these dogs were chosen and trained to search. We had a tremendous opportunity to visit the Phoenix Fire Department Training Center, watched some actual real-world training, and talked to the people who make it happen. And we met Seamus, a rescue who was evaluated for the chance to join this elite group of canine heroes.
Seamus was an owner surrender. I found him at another rescue, and the rescue told me right away that this dog was uncontrollable. And when I hear something like that, because I'm a handler myself, I get very interested. And he was about 8 months old. He's 10 months now. And I evaluated him on site at it was a rescue event, an adoption event, and took him home with me that day.
We're going to take a look at a dog today and see if it has the potential to enter the program to be a disaster search dog. You're looking for play drive, but there's also a lot of other things that you're looking for, and it's hard to put them in words because there's really no book, there's really no set standard that you can look at, and that's the first step. And if it goes well, you just keep progressing and see what happens. We're looking for the focus. We're obviously the play drive, but the focus of the dog. We've been working with this dog now for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and he hasn't slowed down. He's still going after the toy, he's tugging, he's holding on to it. He's got that motivation that we're looking for. He simply likes toys. The other thing, he's out here in a crowd, there's a bunch of people, there's planes flying overhead, there's other dogs barking, there's rubble. He chased the toy up on the rubble. He really has no aversions. He doesn't have any fear. It's like a day at the park to him. To take this environment, he just got here, we've never met him, he came from a shelter environment. To dump him here in this area and have him just not care about his surroundings, that's a deployment.
Training is pretty rigorous training, especially in the beginning. It takes about 2 years on average to train a dog, and we train them in live find scent for our group, and we train them obedience, climbing ladders, and then we go out onto the rubble pile and we bury people and work up to them finding them on the rubble pile.
Rescue me. Yay, buddy!
There's just so much to cover in a 5-minute interview, but these are creatures that we really need to learn more about. Anytime, please Google, research. Definitely do your research before adopting a rabbit. There are plenty down here. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. We hope to see you soon. This is Kimberly reminding you, adopt, donate, volunteer, spay and neuter, share our show on Facebook, and you can be an animal rescuer too. Happy holidays. And when we come back, we'll see more of Tranquility Trail.
Let's try it again. Let's try to speak in English this time.
Okay,
Let's
so
see
what is
more
it?
Of Tranquility.
Okay. So this is your, stop. Don't go any further. We'll be right back. She tried to take my rabbit from me. It wasn't gonna work.